What is up, everyone? Alex Kogan here. Been a good couple of days, what with 4th of July. Happy birthday once again to these great United States of America, and long live the Republic. And yeah, been a good couple of days due to work and other stuff, and also I wanted to just kick back and relax a bit for the 4th of July holiday, and then come back. So, yeah. As of last time, if I remember correctly, we went about planting a microchip in a server at Task Force 29. Met up with our Juggernaut collective ally, Alex Vega, in the old limb clinic that I previously barged into. And we also raided the Ruzicka Station crime scene. Apparently, they didn't like that I knocked out several cops. It seems they were encouraging just pure ghost stealth and not much, and not even knockout, so I don't know if it was even possible. Well, it probably is possible, it's just I wasn't able to do it the way I wanted, since I'm such a stickler for looking for everything in the entire environment, regardless of consequence, so, well, minus the killing people part. And now we're being led into Golem City, which we've heard about for a couple of times now. And it's back in the puppet store with the landing area that our boss Miller set up. Seriously, there's been like several games where the commander of your protagonist is either named Anderson or Miller. You had Miller in the Metro games. You had Anderson in both East Combat and in the Mass Effect games. It's like those are two names that I see repeated often for some reason. Like, you ever notice that certain games they reuse the same names, whether it be for characters or enemies? Like, there's like a dozen games with the word brute that are overused. I swear. Anyway. So, we also did several points of interest bits last time also, so that's done too. As far as I know, I've done just about everything out here in Prague, and from what I've read up, we come back to Prague 2 more times, which is a visit more than in Deus Ex Human Revolution, where you went back to Detroit and Hangsha 1 time, making it 2 visits, but Prague seems to be going a visit more. As for what the other locations are in the game, that I cannot say, because I'm trying not to spoil myself. Yeah, sorry, Miller. I broke into your joint a couple of parts ago.
I gotta go. I'll call you later.
Problems?
Nothing I can't handle.
Sure about
We're
that?
just waiting on chicane.
So tell me about this new lead then. The Intellicam footage.
State police dropped it off this morning, badly corrupted. But Cheng worked his magic and managed to recover some images. They show an org in a yellow hoodie, dropping bags where each bomb went off.
Yeah, we saw him when we arrived.
Facial recognition? Got an ID?
Couldn't see his face. But the bags are the same ones used by Talis Rucker and his aid workers in the Utilec complex.
That's a stretch.
3 bombings in Prague in 6 months, Jensen. All of them after the leader of ARC took up residence in that ghetto. Rucker needs to answer for these attacks. Here's chicane now.
Nice VTOL. Me likey. Going in style.
Am I late? Are you too early?
You're right on time. Agent Jensen was just agreeing that we need to bring Rucker in.
Quick snatch and grab. Should be easy enough.
So we've already decided he's guilty?
We just need to talk to him on our terms, not when he's surrounded by fanatics. Getting into Golem isn't the problem. Reaching Rucker is. Ark territory is fiercely defended. No one sets foot in there.
Not even the state police?
They can't.
Rucker wasn't forced into Golem City. He bought his way in.
Blackmailed would be more apt. He threatened to go public with evidence of a humanitarian crisis. One that the United Nations Security Council had swept under the rug.
Like they do every
Got them
day.
to force the Czech government to hand over part of the Utilek complex to him. A little bit of hush real estate, so to speak.
He stays quiet and guarantees safety for himself and his followers. Smart. So how do I get in?
I've made a deal with an Ark prospect named Tibor Sokol. Promised to get his family out of the complex, so long as he gets you past Ark's checkpoints.
You trust him?
We have to. It's that or nothing. Sokol will meet you at an apartment in the housing district. Number 237. Any questions?
327. Huh. You know, no disrespect to Chicane, but if Farida Malik was with us, she'd probably be head over heels for that bird over there. Our pilot from the last game.
You really believe Ark is responsible for these attacks? For all of them?
Ark has had the means, motive, and opportunity every time.
Even Dubai? Rucker and the Coalition are still confined to Golem City. They have a heavy police presence keeping an eye on them.
Golem isn't a concentration camp. You grease the right palms, you can get the papers you need to come and go.
I find that hard to believe.
So get me the evidence to prove otherwise. Get to tell us, Rucker, and bring him in, Agent.
You ask me, Rucker sounds more like a savvy politician than a terrorist.
These days, the lines tend to be blurred.
Yeah,
Rucker
just
was a highly respected doctor, with no military training. What am I missing here?
Rucker is a man of deeply held convictions, with an unshakable belief in his own righteousness. Doesn't take much to push a man like that to terrorism.
Man's a zealot.
He's a suspect. Just bring him in.
Hell, just ask George Soros. Sold out his own people to the Nazis, and works day and night to bring down Western civilization as we know it. But if I know anything about Deus Ex, we know he's probably going to be a lot more layered than that, whereas the guy in real life is Emperor Palpatine. Ugh, death can't get him sooner, in my opinion.
Let's get this over with.
Should have done it years ago.
Let me know when you've got Rucker.
Goddamn, Jensen. Every time I look at you, I can't believe the amount of jewelry you've got on. Tell me,
I never asked for
how's
it.
that aftermarket shit working out for you?
Never better. Maybe you should reconsider. What with that limp?
I thought we'd get the dialogue choice.
No. I like my limp. Keeps me honest. You ready to light out?
I was so expecting them to put out a dialogue wheel with the option of I never asked for this, just like in the first game, but no, they left out the most memed line in the whole game in the last two games. Ugh.
You're my only backup on this one. Before we leave, I'd like to know you've actually got my back.
Trust me, I flew 10 years in the SAAF and 5 in the private sector moving corporate heads. And in all that time, I've never lost a fare.
How many years with TF-29?
2, which is a year and a half longer than you from what I understand. So you want to keep talking resumes, waste more of our time? Or will you trust me to get the job done?
Wait, I can't get the other one. Damn it. Oh well.
Let's do this.
Good. Strap in.
But still we have no answers. No one has yet claimed responsibility. Dr. Talos Rucker, the leader of ARC, posted a letter condemning the attack. Sources close to the investigation, however, tell me that Rucker and ARC may be behind it after all. I don't know about you folks, but with the upcoming...
Interesting pre-game ritual you've got there. You getting pissed enough to end this guy yet?
I got a no-kill order.
Is that right? Would have thought he'd done enough to warrant extreme prejudice.
Frame rate. Outskirts of Prague.
How far out are we?
Coming up on it now. Not many spots I can set her down. You've got a preference?
Get as close to the ground as you can. I'll take it from there.
Whatever you say, boss.
So that's Golem City, huh? Utulek. Looks like a real shithole, alright. It's a giant ghetto. That's what it is.
Jensen, still got all your parts together?
I'm fine. How close did you get me to our contact's location? Housing Unit 237.
Jesus, Jensen, I didn't put you on his doorstep. Residential sector should be just ahead of you. Me, I'm gonna switch to autopilot, have a coffee. Let me know if things get interesting.
Well, new area. Utulek complex. So it's not a second hub like Hengsha is. It's a giant level in and of itself, more or less. Okay. I wonder if they're having it where Prague is your only hub area in the game, and everything else is its own specific mission area.
Don't walk away, please. I need just a little.
I would, but the game won't allow me to do it. Neuropazine, probably.
This isn't a life. I have to change this. No shelter, no food, no fucking hope. The cops are out of the life.
That's disgusting. It really is. Like, it's not their fault. They got mind jacked.
It's passing through.
Fucking Ken.
Wait, what was that in the... oh yeah, it's the conspiracy.
Who's, man?
Dr. Martin Onzima.
I don't suppose you've got any neuropazine you can spare, do you?
Wait, I read the name wrong because it's a girl. Huh. Or is it easy to come by? Barter, huh?
I have what you're looking for, but new pause isn't cheap, nor is it easy to come by.
Fresh off the boat and already fitting in. Fine. Cash is a pretty scarce resource around here. I prefer dealing in information.
What kind of information?
Give me the neuropazine first, then we'll see.
I got plenty.
Here. Now what have you got for me?
There's a so-called market in this complex. On your way to it, you'll probably see some storage units.
I'm listening.
One of them belonged to a patient of mine. A freedom fighter. Who no longer needs it. You might find something useful inside. Here's the code.
Thank you, lady.
Check it out.
Word of advice? You might want to keep a low profile tonight. Golem City can be sketchy in the best of times. This definitely isn't one of them.
Why? What's happened?
Haven't you heard? Terrorists try to blow up Rosika Station.
Yup.
And even though people here couldn't have had anything to do with it, the cops need someone to blame.
Sounds like that they're abusing their authority.
These cops, they're looking for members of ARC?
We're all members of ARC to them, one way or another. And some of us may have even done bad things, but not the kind of things the rest of the world says we've done.
Sounds like you support ARC.
Why shouldn't I? The Augmented Rights Coalition was started with the best of intentions, as a non-violent way to confront injustices and advance the cause of augmented rights.
Okay. But in my experience, the best of intentions often go awry.
Like
That
socialism.
may be true, but right now Talus Rucker and ARC are the only things keeping people in Golem alive. Trust me, they're the good guys.
I'm getting the impression that you see ARC and Talos Rucker as some kind of augmented Robin Hoods. How well do you know the man?
I met Talus years ago in India. We were both humanitarian aid volunteers back then.
Is he a good man? The press paints him as a narcissist.
He has his faults, but I wouldn't believe everything you see on Pactus News.
Does he visit this area of the complex much?
You know, you've been asking me an awful lot of questions.
Deflect.
It's just that I heard Rucker didn't get augmented voluntarily, so I'm wondering how that kind of experience colors a man's perspective around people who did.
Talus was always passionate about the ability of neuroaugmentations to heal people's bodies and souls. His accident only strengthened his beliefs.
Is he still an idealist then, after everything that's happened?
Listen to his daily broadcasts. He believes people will usually do the right thing in time. They just need to discover what the right thing is.
Where I come from, cops are supposed to be the good guys.
What planet is that? Because where I come from, the police have been militarizing for years, wasting money and inciting deep levels of mistrust between them and the very people they're supposed to protect.
Is that what's happening in Golem City?
It's happening all over the place. The cops in Golem are a special breed. They control everything here. Food, drugs, neuropathy, and not all of them think very highly of us Arcs.
I see. Well, thanks for the warning, Doc.
I hope you'll take it to heart.
Okay, I read her. Oh, okay. Martine. Martine with an E. Doctor, thanks for trying to help me and Lex. I really appreciate what you tried to do, but we lost him yesterday. I know people telling me at the least he's not suffering anymore. It's supposed to make me feel better, but it doesn't. It's not their fault. They're just trying to be nice, I suppose, but I feel awful that I want to scream into their faces when they tell me that. Miss him so much, don't want to be alone in this place. Just want you to know that people like you are the only reason I keep going. I hope you have better luck trying to get more medicines like you want. If it helps, Lex had some stuff he was keeping in a locker near the market. Looks like some machine parts or something. Maybe bullets. Don't want anything like that. You can open it with 20, 46. Maybe you can use them to give to ARC for more food or medicines like you were saying you wanted to. Hania Darzi. Yeesh.
Stay with me. Come on now. Don't let go. Look, we are understaffed, underfunded, and underprepared for the sheer number of people here.
You know, there are good cops and there's bad cops, and I'm under the, common sense that there are more good than bad. But, in this case, yeah, definitely bad. And, oh, he dead. He dead. Oscar Vanek. My dear Oscar, of course I forgive you. Wish I could be there to hold you and help you. Please hold on. There's always hope. Mom. Mom, I know it's been a while. I wound up in Golem City. I know you warned me not to get augmented. I know you said I was wasting and destroying what God gave me, and maybe you were right. I don't know. It's horrid here. Ark has some aid workers. They give us neuropazine when they can, but it's never enough, and the pain is so bad I turn to neon. Well, we all know what happens there. It was good at first, but now I can't stop. Don't know how much longer I can hold out. Just feel like giving up. So sorry. Ain't I can give... You can forgive me for all the things I've said and did. Well, we know how he died. Drugs. In the words of Rex Power Cult from Blood Dragon, winners don't do drugs. And sadly, he did drugs. And look what happened. How much you want to bet he died right? He was dead right when the message came. Talos Rucker. Alcohol. No need. Pistol ammo. Samizdat, Rabia, A Brown New World. Recent interview, Nathaniel Brown described Rabia as a haven for Augs, further revealing that the self-sufficient city in the desert is costing over $7 million per day to build. Santos CEO seemed unperturbed. Not just the money that keeps me going, doing what I do, a honeyed brown opined to camera. Rabia is giving augmented people all over the world an opportunity to rebuild their lives in dignity. It's a win-win scenario for everyone, and I'm proud to be involved. Inspiring, isn't it? In other news, Brown will attempt to walk on Santo branded water before turning it into wine and toasting his investors. The idea of Brown being hailed as some kind of business saint is repugnant. Reports out of Rabia paint a picture of indentured aug workers ransomed to pittance salaries with promises of a place in paradise. Trouble is, the only people getting tickets are those willing to buy them with Santal's money. The projected capacity of Santowland, Rabia, is 101,500. There are 7 million augmented survivors since the tragic incident, but by my reckoning, there's roughly one for every daily dollar spent building a paradise most can't afford. Will Brown make them pay to dig up their own graves next? Taeyong Medical, a chip off the old block. Worry not, dear Augs, for the chip the UN demands you swallow or be damned apparently unobtrusively supports intrinsic nervous control of installed augmentation. What's more, you will now be considered safe against involuntary aberrations and expected behavior. Excellent. This alarmingly dystopian lingo is borrowed directly from documentation written by Taeyong Medical, the chip's manufacturer. The tech giant is no stranger to this kind of controversy either. Wasn't it Taeyong Medical that supplied a quick-fix biochip to repair malfunctioning augmentations back in 2027, only days before the incident occurred? Yeah, they faked a malfunction in order to get everyone to put a new chip in their Augs, which was how Darrow flipped the switch, which made everyone go crazy. Granted, he turned traitor on the Illuminati, but still. Now, barely a year later, here's another quick-fix chip from the very same experts. No aberrations in expected behavior from Taeyong Medical either. You know, there was a weird, a cool thing you did where you could do in Human Revolution where, you know, the malfunction would broadcast and make everyone's Augs go nuts, and you were encouraged to go get the chip. I did it the first time I played Human Revolution, and of course when Zhao, the former Dragon Lady owner of Taeyong Medical, when she flipped the switch, it causes Adam to start short-circuiting. But And the second time I played the game, I didn't do it. I completely ignored it, and it was the only objective I neglected to do in the game. And when she goes to flip the switch, Jensen doesn't seize and instead smiles, and it's pretty much like, you know what? I was wondering why everyone was recalling everyone with AUGs to get this new chip, and it was like, yes, yeah, ultimate backfiring right there. So this is her office. Sorry, Doc.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
You're receiving automatic notifications based on I am out of the office. Burke. Administrator Burke, I understand contacting you directly is a little unorthodox, but the situation here is getting out of hand. I can say in no uncertain terms the PCR have been stealing our aid shipments. I spoke with Dr. Logan last night, and he mentioned that he found over 100 charcoal water filters dumped into a sewage drain near the police block. Water filters I was expecting in the last shipment. As you can guess, they are completely useless to us now. As a result, for our shipment being stolen, I've reached out to the Augmented Rights Coalition for help. Talos Rucker has assured me that if the organization could send any additional aid to Utulek, he and his people will ensure that the shipments are secured and delivered to us. In the meantime, ARC has been kind enough to supply us with fresh vegetables from their greenhouses. Please, Administrator Burke, I understand that this request is stretching the organization's resources, but these people are dying. Look forward to hearing back from you. Firstly, Dr. Onzima, I'm sorry to hear about the trouble in the Utulek complex. While the organization strives to provide aid to as many people around the world as possible, we cannot put focus on one area over another. Yes, the situation in the Utulek complex is dire. Yes, people there deserve our attention, but so do so many others around the world. I won't bore you with the numbers, Doctor, but doubling our efforts in Utulek would be in the detriment of one of our programs. Sorry, but you and Dr. Logan will have to rely on what you have available to get you through the next scheduled shipment, currently 43 days hence. Now on the subject of seeking assistance from the ARC, I must say, Doctor, I'm very disappointed to hear this. We cannot work with nor consider assistance from any group that is associated with terrorism, proven or not. Word of this gets out to donors. I hate to imagine what would happen to our funding. Yeah, damned if you don't. He doesn't know. They don't know if they actually are, and nor do they know if they aren't. So it's, it's like, keep a wide berth. So, because if they are, then you don't want to get caught in the crossfire. Please dissociate from Talos Rucker and the Augmented Rights Coalition immediately. Everything being said, hope you are keeping well. Administrator, I understand that contacting you directly is a little unorthodox. But the situation here is getting out of hand. For a long time, PCR has been seizing our aid shipments. In desperation, I reached out to the ARC for help. Talos has assured me that if the organization could send any additional aid to Utulek, he and his people will ensure that the shipments are secured and delivered. Meantime, ARC has been kind enough to supply us... Wait a minute, did I read that already? Please, Administrator Burke, understands the request of stretching resources, but people are dying. Yeah, I read this somewhere already. What the hell? Oh, I read it right here. Well, this is longer. This was a shorter version of it. Okay. Hope you find a new housing unit inside Utulek to your liking. As a security measure, your safe is currently assigned to temporary code 9990. You can reset this code to your preference. Santo Group Relocation Services. Sorry, Doc.
get implanted with chick starring in housewife reality.
Credits and health. Huh, apparently my battery just recharged. I guess when the level started.
You must submit to an identification scan.
Oh, come on.
Initiate security scan.
Welcome to Golem City, Clank.
Yeah, fuck you too.
I was at the pit just now. Did you hear what happened?
Here, they've not showed up. Did he, you know, do anything?
He gave us an attitude when they hassled him.
Ooh. Someone bloodied that
Police minority
TV.
brutalizing an unarmed majority. That sounds familiar.
Tradition. Precision.
Is it possible to jump over there? Don't think it is. Well, I think you can with the Icarus speed boost that I can unlock.
Everywhere we
Right?
go today, cops looking
Don't
at
have
us
that yet.
sideways, accusing us, assuming we're criminals.
Some teenagers.
Working for the man? New here? You'll get used to being under the microscope.
Checking for stuff. Checking for stuff.
That's what everyone says when they're called.
What's this? Ah, tranquilizer rifle. With more ammo. Parts. Grenade. Good for robots. Grenades were extremely useful in Human Revolution against robots. Like it's amazing how easily it was to disable them. Nothing hiding back there. Nope.
Dedication to the peaceful advancement of our cause. Despite the fact that some of our own were killed in the attack at Rosika Station.
How do you open the doors right there without falling down? Unless those aren't doors. I don't know. It's all a mess anyway, however you look at it. Huh. Machine God cultists right here, maybe? TV. Same newspaper. Ugh. Normally I would comment on tidiness, but given the state of this place, I can excuse it. To an extent. What can I say? Cleanliness is close to being borderline godliness. Yeah, it sounds heretical and arrogant as shit, but I appreciate living in a clean house. Mind template. Don't really care for the mind template. I'll get rid of it. Smoke grenade. Don't need an extra grenade. A lot of painkillers, though. I don't think I need many of those. But just in case, you never know. Ivan Burke. Wait a minute. That's the guy. That's the guy that's the bomber. We saw him in the what was it? The cutscene for when we ride at Ruzicka, and he's the guy in all the trailers that was shown in that event. Yeah. Yellow hoodie. I think I may have already beaten it to it.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Marchenko. Victor Marchenko. Hello, brother. Today's a momentous day for our movement. Today's a day that you fulfill your pledge, not just to me, brother, but to ARC and all of our augmented brothers and sisters throughout the world. Sorry your time with us here is not long, but you and your memory will live forever. Today you'll become legend. Uh-oh. I think we may have found our culprit. Sorry to be a bearer of bad news, but Ivan's license consultant application was deep 6. I don't know by whom, but whoever they are, they're high enough in city politics. I was told to stop asking. So it looks like yet another avenue of getting you both out of Utulek and back here where you belong has been unsuccessful. Wish this time had been different. We'll keep trying for you. Lieutenant S. Whitaker, Tarvos head of operations in Prague. Your candle in a storm, Melissa Burke. My love, I'm writing this because I want you to have it with you always, no matter what happens. I want you to know that I am now and have always been proud of you. We cannot deny things have been very difficult for us lately, but I've never ever regretted my decision to accompany you to Golem. You are my husband, I love you, I trust you, and believe in you. Yours forever. Huh. Yeah, I think I may have inadvertently gotten the info already. What is this? Penguin piece. It's a freaking penguin. Freaking penguin. What is this, like the AUG version of the golden calf or something?
And although I know that many of you are fearful in the wake of such violence,
I'm guessing that's Talos.
I urge you not to become as blind. You know as well as I that they will come here.
Yep, that's who we have to find. Whoa, what is this? Yeah, he's up to something.
Only escalate the situation. Strengthen their justification.
You don't want to be on the streets.
I know it is a station.
That's what everyone says when they're caught. Like,
Calm yourself, sir. This is your last warning.
What's the point?
Hands up! You're under arrest! We have enough trouble here.
Of course.
shit that's about to go down. You don't want to be on the streets.
You're not a martyr. You're just a loudmouth idiot.
Now stay still, like a good boy.
Nic neskoušejte. No hele, celý nablejskaný v téhle posraný díře.
Yeah, it's a shithole, alright. Not gonna argue there. Again.
You look like you still have an ounce of chivalry in you. Maybe you could break my neck for me? Or smother me with a blanket? I'd prefer if it were quick. And if there was no physical damage. I'd very much like my children to identify my body. It's been so long since they've seen me.
What the fuck was that about?
Crawling.
You know, you could have just asked for your opposite. I got plenty to spare. Instead, you gotta go all murder-happy suicidal on my ass.
I don't like the cops being here any more than you do, but what do you expect?
Where's this lead? You said there's a vendor around here, right? So far, no dice. Processor chip. Or is it's just beer?
We do not see many shiny wrenches in here.
No feds can bust into our homes and invite
Don't know what that gas was attached to. Juba gun cage code. Be advised that the gun cage is part of your regular patrol now. Had reports of golem rats sniffing around, so keep a close watch. Last thing we need is for one of these people to get in there and arm themselves. Code for the door is 0190. Check it and log in on the hour and keep your eye out for trouble. Lieutenant Manda.
We have been cast as the villain once again.
Revolver, piercing ammo. Urabazine. Trank ammo. And a bile cell.
Some of our own were killed in the attack at Rosica Station. But fate has blinded them. And although I know that I urge you not to become
Access granted.
That was an easy one. Can't find her. Good God, hearing you now makes me realize I was married to a stranger all those years. You scare me, Mary. What if it's too late? I already tried contacting her again, but her address came back as unknown. It's like she's vanished off the face of the earth. So help me. I'll never forgive you if anything happens to our little girl. I'm going to break out of Golem tonight. Took a while to find some suitable hardware, but I got my hands on a police PSEC with a code to one of their weapons lockers. Keep trying to reach her, Olivier. So help me God, the Duvaliers will regret the day we met. Mary, give me some news. What should I do? First the trouble with the eviction and now this? Huh.
I speak to all of you. Not as the leader of ARC, but as your neighbor.
Missing person case of some kind.
You probably saved a lot of lives by telling us this, Hanser.
Oh yeah, I'm a regular hero. I bet they will have a statue of me in the town square and everything.
If your sister is with ARC, we are the only people who can help her.
I have seen the way you help people. Hoarding all the posters and handing it out as a reward when you stab each other in the back.
Too late for that now, isn't it?
This is none of your business, Hanser. These criminals need to be brought to justice, and we are authorized to do what it takes to bring them.
I had to tell the police. I had to. I need the Posey. The clinic's only giving out half doses.
Really? Do what you gotta in a bad situation. Restricted zone. Uh-oh. Storage unit of some kind. Oh, they saw me. That's what happened. Whoops. I didn't think they'd see me.
Friends, this most recent act of senseless violence has been laid at our feet.
You probably saved a lot of lives by telling us this, Hanser. If your sister is with Ark, we are the only people who can help her.
I'm sick of you!
To this to your son! Hands up!
It's a secure area. Remain calm and disperse or we will break the area ourselves. Interfere. Back away.
I don't want to hear it.
Clear the area. Don't make this any worse, Hunter.
That must be it. The Narrows.
Welcome to hell, Shiny!
Yes, it's hell, alright, and it's far from livable.
They do what they want. Anyone who speaks up.
I don't want to leave in case something goes down, but I have a ship that will do.
Watch this one. You need to help us!
This first! Or you will be taken in!
We have to do something against it.
I'm taking no chances today.
Okay. Say there's a dealer around, but I don't see him yet. Been in here already. Yep, I have. Now I need to find where I was before.
You're violating civilian conduct code 512, Orc.
Yeah, and I'm no regular civvy.
Do not start anything, Clanks.
Hey, look, it's the angel wing light thingamajig. From the main menu.
We'll be lucky to get out of here alive.
Okay, I'm gonna try this again. Without getting spotted.
Anomaly detected. Access granted.
Weapon cabinet. Battle rifle. Shotgun. And a laser. Wait, what was that? Oh, stun gun. I just did something with the gun and I don't know what I did. Oh, I get it. Okay, fine. Battle rifle. Huh. I'll take it along. Wait, I went in here, right? Yeah, I did.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access denied. Anomaly detected. Trace program.
Log it.
Access
Not
granted.
worth it. Neuropazine. I can go above. Wait a minute. Okay. How do I go out there?
I told you to leave. Citizen, I request that you leave this sector immediately. Not interfere. Back away.
Let's try this. Pocket Secretary. Danielle Dobias. Did a test run last night and you were right. The ventilation shaft leads directly to a storage room. The locker's begging to be emptied out. If this works, we'll have enough posy to last 2 months, even with Golem taking his cut. Andal. I can only assume that's how the name is spelled. A lot of those European names, from whether it be French or Belgian, have those spellings where it's like silent S's.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Rudolph Fikes. Shit. Karimir, the cops are onto us. Someone's tipped them off that we are planning to hit the lockup. Probably fucking Golem, knowing that snake. I would have to come by to warn you, but I can see them outside my unit. I know they're just waiting for me to step outside. My advice is run. Now, take Ella and get into ARC territory. You can disappear in there until things cool down. I wish you'd never gotten me involved in this. Also, I'd delete this last email thread if I were you. Good luck, Rudy. Delete this email too. Fuck, just delete everything. Well, apparently he didn't get that far. Never doubted you for a second. Ella doesn't know who does she. I love my sister, but she has a big mouth. Rudy, that code for the police lockup that we were talking about, the one you said would never happen, all I'll have to say is 2223. Well, I think I already did it. Golem came through. I told you he would. And he only wants 10%. Foolish bastard. Get your ass over here and we'll get to work on a plan. See you soon. Well, I guess I know what I'm doing now. Next time I play the game. Go here and then get the code and then go into the restricted lockup. And again, I shut off the breaker, meaning I can sneak in through the side, but there's nothing. Nothing at all. Well, then again, I shut off the breaker, meaning I was able to walk right on in. Or not. It's a dead end anyway. Well, not completely. I got the code, but if you're gonna go in here, well, you're shit out of luck on finding just anything, really.
I had to tell the police. I had to. I need the phone. Oh, shit!
Police.
That's far enough, Clank. No one gets in the Narrows without the proper authorization, and you do not have it.
That's a catchy name for, what, a makeshift staging area for your Golem city op?
Aren't you a smart one? Tell you what, smart guy. Keep moving, or I'll make sure you regret it.
The
Out of
Narrows.
here. Smart Clank like you should know where he's not wanted.
Not a scratch on you.
Ugh, more parts. Wait, what's that? Something glowing right there. Or maybe it's just my imagination. Yeah, it's just my imagination. It's the socket of an arm. Just a gun lying around. Carelessly. Look at that. Boxes. How does the map look that way? Laser grid and laser grids. More laser grids. I'm doing everything but the main objective. Because I'm a sly dog. An over-curious sly dog. Guns. Lots of guns. Huh, I could have gone through there if I want, but I risk getting exposed by that laser.
Hey, brother, watch it. The cops are everywhere today.
I noticed that. Are you Tibor?
Yes, you're late, Interpol.
Sorry, this place is a little chaotic.
A little. It's crazy today. The cops are having a feeding frenzy. Beating people. Innocent people. Senseless.
Wait a minute.
You know, I can't help you. It's too dangerous now.
Oh, it's the guy that I was supposed to go to. Well, excuse me. Let me reset that. I did it again. I went too far and I ended up doing an objective anyway. Just like the drug side quest all over again. Whoops. Well, let me go back then. And I also haven't been in here because for whatever reason I thought it was part of a greater house, but it's not. Ale. Software. Ebook. Pride and Prejudice. Talos Rucker. Before appointing himself the champion of all rights worldwide, Talos Rucker was born into privilege to an upper-middle-class couple in Stuttgart. He excelled in school and was, according to one effusive teacher, well-liked by everyone. It was only natural that with all the advantages the world can offer laid at his feet, this golden boy went on to medical school, where he took his fairy tale to the next chapter, falling in love with a fellow student. The moment the two doctors graduated, they simply could not wait to show the world their enlightened generosity by bringing their white skin and perfect smiles to the third world, generously sharing the advantages of their upbringing with the poor, ignorant savages. After losing his lover and his limbs in the Vilama Caldera disaster, Rucker discovered a new cause, augmentation, which could restore to him his rightful superiority over the rest of the world. Seems a little, overly flubbed, don't you think? What's the word? Fuck it, I can't remember the word. Inflated? Petrauskas. Didn't we see stuff with his name several times?
Detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Where are you? Hermanus? Heard from you in a couple of days. Haven't heard from you in a couple of days. How's it coming on your end? Was I right about the wall in your unit? I'll write you back when I've worked out the rest of the plan. It won't be long now. Andal. I have a job for you. Luis Galoy. Oh, him again. Louis or Luis? I don't know. Yes, I will do it. I have just the person to help too. His unit shares a ventilation duct with a second storage locker. What are the odds, huh? Almost too perfect. Hermanus. Hello, Hermanus. I have a job. Another job for you. Seems my contact inside the PCR has decided to change the rules of the little game we play. Won't go into detail, but the result is the police were tipped off about the shipment of gold from the city, and now they have it. Remember the two storage lockers that the PCR used down near the Angel Wings? Have the code for one of them, but gang, the other one is up to you. Our deal will be the same as last time. Let me know if you're up for this. I may have done it, I may not have done it, I may have already done it. I'm not sure. More parts. Parts, glorious parts. Nothing here. Nothing here. It was just parts. It's a coal. Adela Sukol. What the hell? She's not talking for whatever reason.
8 countries have made it mandatory for all arms. How long before it's mandatory in the U.S.?
Yeah. Shut up, Lazarus. There's a button right there.
Any more outbursts will be met with force.
Well, his house has been raided. I think we all know what happened.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Mail. Relocation. Please allow me a moment to introduce myself. My name is Zola Matthews. I am the Interpol WITSEC agent, Director James Miller, assigned to your file. I want to take this opportunity to inform you we are actively preparing your file and will be in contact soon with details of relocation for you and your family. In the interim, if you have any questions regarding your file, please do not hesitate to contact me. Tibor, I don't care if you like to play revolutionary after your ARC friends. I want you to stay away from Drago. PCR, we're just here to ask you questions. Again, lucky for us, Drago was able to convince them he is not involved with ARC. Wish you would listen to your brother and stay out of trouble. Yara. Impersonate. Let me do that again.
Just leave. I don't want you here.
We haven't even spoken yet.
Anomaly access granted.
Well, he disconnected there. I want to, I'm very curious about this.
Just leave. I don't want to.
Okay, she wouldn't talk before, but now that when she does talk, she tells me to go away. What the hell?
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Okay, let's try this again. Old Blue Eye. There's no proof of anything, not for the bombing, not for anything else.
Chicane, the contact's gone. Looks like he was swept up in a police raid.
Heard about cops and Golem, Jensen. With you being augmented, your Interpol ID won't get you any sort of kindness.
That's alright, I didn't bring it with me. We're holding him in a place called the Narrows. We'll contact you after I find him.
They mentioned a secret path. Let me look that up. I'm curious. Old Blue Eye. S-X. Old Blue Eye. The Rucker extraction, huh? Huh. I think I did some of this already. I think it's talking about the hidden path that I used up there already.
You can do this.
Seem to have quieted down.
Unbiased and impartial reporting.
Feel like we're missing something.
Not this one. Yeah, whatever. I found right. I guess I found it.
Back off, hands out.
Come on, Og. Walk those shiny legs out of my sight.
I'm not going in there. Nope, I don't want that. Okay.
Hey, brother, watch it. The cops are everywhere today.
I noticed that. Are you Tibor?
Yes, you're late, Interpol.
Yeah, I saw a message on your computer. Someone was warning you that you might end up here.
You hacked my computer. Why?
I was trying to find you.
Doesn't matter. You know, I can't help you. It's too dangerous now.
Tibor, I can get you out of here.
And then what? They go back to my housing unit and take me again?
And what if you're not there?
No, no. Please, that will just make it worse. They know who I am. They went after my family.
Interpol has promised to get you and your family out of here to safety.
Safety? There is no safety. Only tyrants who prey on the weak and the innocent.
All right, Tibor, listen. I understand why you can't come with me, but I still need to get to Rucker, or what happened to you and your family today will happen to others. I'll smooth it over with Interpol. Is there any other way you can help me?
There's a man, a smuggler, Louis Galloway. He imports items for Talos, neuropozyne, whiskey. He could get you in, but you'd have to do him a favor. He likes favors.
That's something. Any other ideas?
My keycard to get to Ark territory is gone. One of the cops took it. Probably still has it on him.
Thanks, I'll look into it.
By the way, on my computer, who was warning me?
Some guy named Old Blue Eye. You know him?
No. Listen, Dushan, my brother, was taken. He didn't do anything. If you see him, please help him.
He knows something.
Right. I'll see what I can do.
He knows
Jane,
something.
Get a message to Miller. Sokol's backed out of the deal.
Why am I not surprised?
He's just looking after his family. Besides, it's not a complete wash. He gave me some options on how to get into Ark on my own.
Well, just be careful, Jensen. This arsehole obviously can't be trusted. Let me know when you're in.
So, we got ourselves a couple of secondaries.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Shotguns, rifles, and pistols, of which I already have.
Maybe I'm not making myself clear here. Let me show you what happens when you hold out on me. See if I can persuade you to talk. Something tells me I don't have your whole attention yet. Want to answer my questions? Right. Good morning, man. It's gonna hurt. You think I'm fucking around here? Huh?
Dusan.
Hey, how about you deal with these cops first, okay? Then we can talk.
Sure they have no other way in? Check protocols. I'll call it in.
Well, shit. Okay then. I guess I have to weaken them somehow.
Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Bust in there and clean them out.
You think I'm fucking around here?
Sure they have no other way in?
You're pissing me off. Like, oh, piece of shit. This is how it feels when you hold out on me. Try not to squeeze you up too much. You like playing games? That's how you get off.
Wonder if we should have a few more people at the main entrance.
Hey, how about you deal with these cops first, okay? Then we can talk.
Never know what might happen up the ranks.
Security. Okay, how do I go about this?
Got it. Never know what might happen out there.
EMP. EMP and knock him out. That's cool. Good tactical thinking on my part.
Come on, man. Put that away. Hey.
Those cops won't be a problem anymore.
Too bad. I was just starting to warm up to them.
I can try and get some more down here if that's what you want.
No. It is better this happens now before I become too attached. You mind untying me?
Sure.
I assume my brother asked you to help me out. Or was it something else?
Righteous.
A man getting savagely beaten isn't something I can just watch, regardless of the reason.
Well, you know cops, right? Assholes do not need a reason.
I do know cops, and whether it's right or wrong, there's always a reason.
Look, all I know is that since the Ruzicka bombing, the police have been cracking down on us hard. They suspect Ark, of course, but they're blaming every AUG. For most of them, it's just another excuse to hurt us.
You're a member of ARK?
My brother is. I just repair things for them sometimes. Heating units, security cameras. It is how I earn a living for my family.
Do you know if ARK was responsible for the Ruzicka bombing?
No. And I do not want to know. After this, I'm done with them. Being associated with ARK. Even if they are our only hope, it is not worth the pain. Look, you want to know what ARK is up to? You're going to have to ask them yourself.
Fair enough. How do I do that?
When you have robbed the man of all, the things... He is no longer the... He has no more of... Shit. Power? Something. Freedom. How does it go?
Are you feeling alright?
It is this week's passphrase. It is Selznick or Solzhenitsyn. Ah, I got it. When you rob a man of everything, he is no longer in your power. He is free again. Just remember the quote. It'll get you past Lubosh. He guards the way to the Ark elevator. Just repeat the quote, and he will let you in.
This'll help, thank you.
It is the least I can do. Thanks to you, I get to sleep in my own bed tonight.
Good man. I'll get out of here. Talk to Lobos. Regular ammo. Nothing there. So I gotta find the cop that has the key card. Probably won't need it since I got the password, but I like to cover bases.
Prison within a prison. That makes no sense.
Nope.
Just leave me alone, Rich.
Please, help my brother.
I just did. screwed it up. Yeah, whatever. Either way. Got everything in here, right? Yeah, it won't do double for whatever reason. What the hell? I could have sworn I had double takedown. Why is it not working? Did I not? Do I not have it? Is that why? Let me look, see. Hold on a second. Instant takedown. That's not it. Pep's gun. No, don't want that. Quicksilver reflex booster. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe that's it. That is why. That is why. I don't have this. That is why it's not doing it. I had it at the beginning of the game, but when Adam Jensen got disabled by the blast, it undid just about a lot of stuff, and this was one of them. Holy crap! No wonder I'm not getting the doubles. Well, problem solved. save again, so that way I have my augmentation and I don't have to redo all that again. Beautiful. I just remembered there was a sewer entrance that I neglected to do. Well, I tried to do, but had no luck doing in the first part of Prague. There was like a bunch of drones that were shooting at what I can only guess Augs in the sewers. I completely forgot about that. But I didn't have the hacking before, and they were killing me. Good. Just remembered something. Upgrade some of the stuff that I have.
Make sure that was the end of it. Have the drones circle around.
See any computers. Well, since I know the password, I may not even need the card. But who knows, right? Wait a minute. Ah. I already did this. What the hell?
I saw someone over here.
Shit. I'm screwing up for no reason. Ah! Not gonna lie, that is satisfying. Okay, save like a good boy. Like a good cyborg.
Thing we need is time.
Yeah, I don't like how I did it. Let me redo that. Good thing I saved this time. And I'm very picky about when I use my bio cells because I don't want to run out of them, especially on a sticky situation.
That was the end.
Come on, is she gonna show up there or what? Oh, I tagged her. Didn't even realize it. I thought I missed, but I didn't. They keep saying there's a vendor here, but I haven't seen him at all. Another ebook, Collapse of an Industry, Seraph Industries. At its height, Seraph Industries was moderately sized. They employed only about 1,500 people. Where they distinguished themselves was in creating progressive, forward-thinking, custom-made mechanical augmentations. Their strength was innovation, and it earned them the respect of the industry and the scientific community. The brainchild of founder David Seraph, Seraph Industries was poised to expand the human enhancement technology market to the masses where the AUG incident occurred. It was their dream, it was their death knell. David Seraph himself was badly injured during the incident. His company was eviscerated, hit hard by regulatory measures, canceled contracts, and anti-augmentation sentiment. Seraph Industries declared bankruptcy in 2028. Many of its assets were snatched up by Taiyang Medical, one of the only augmentation-producing companies to survive the industry's collapse. Yay. Will China seek Europe's help? The Chinese city of Hangsha may soon be getting a facelift, if rumors flowing down the Yangtze River can be believed. Yeah, Hangsha. Built on 2 levels, the home to a significant augmented population, the city sustained heavy damage during the AUG incident and has yet to rebuild many sectors. Yet, just last month, Chinese authorities were soon meeting with architects from the Santal Group, the European-based construction giant that is best known in Prague for building the Utulek complex. Certainly China has architects of our own we could work with, an anonymous source inside China stated, but sprawling urban developments are reshaping the global landscape, and Santow has years of experience in future-proofing them. Just look at what they've done with Dallas and Seattle. Does this mean that Hangsha's two-tiered skyline will soon be obscured by thick concrete walls? No one at Santow was available to comment. Crackdown and unlicensed logs. Residents of the already overcrowded Utrecht complex need to make room for 20,000 more people. That's the number state police expect to apprehend at checkpoints in coming weeks. Once Prague updates its augmentation regulations, many previously licensed citizens will not be eligible for the new T-17 permit verification card. Yeesh. Checked him. Checked him.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Smuggling crackdown. In spite of the current mandate, the priority must remain the preservation of items being prevention of items being shipped into the complex through non-official means, especially weapons. The AUGs do not need any more advantages. Particular attention must be paid to goods intended for ARC. They are rumored to have a very efficient system in place. We can constrict their flow of neuropozyne. We'll be halfway to flushing them out of their ghetto fortress. Major P. Sec. Attention, our people in Prague have reason to believe there is a shopkeeper in the Stedry markets who smuggles both items for ARC and for the Diwalis. If we can find him and shut him down, this will be a huge blow to the contraband in Utulek. Gas mine.
Mr. Jensen, this is Otar Botkovere. I hear you are in the Utulek complex.
Keeping tabs on me, Botkovelli?
It is time for that favor you owe me. There is a shopkeeper named Gawa in the Stedry markets. I want you to eliminate him.
Whoa.
The assassination did.
How you take care of this problem is your business, but I expect you to keep your word.
Huh. We gotta do a hit.
Tuberculosis.
You can't have TB. We cured that.
No, we can treat it with medicine. But when's the last time you heard of any medicine being delivered to this hellhole?
Oh, we certainly have.
You have some blood specks on your shirt.
Oh, you have problems with tuberculosis. Well, thanks to an unchecked border, southern border on our end, and unchecked illegal immigration, well, that and even the bubonic plague have returned, so... Thanks, Democrats.
You heard about the bombing at the train station, right?
It's terrible. I still can't believe Ark would do such a thing.
They did it. Ark.
Yeah, you can protest Trump's wall all you want, but at the end of the day, he does make a point. If you don't check your immigration and make sure who comes in, well...
you. All polished up in this shit.
Tieto diagnosis.
And let's be honest, people. Everyone from Obama to Bush to Clinton all said, keep strengthen the border. They did nothing about it. Trump says do something about it. Everyone flips out. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
It's just not fair. I thought that having a baby would be the great...
Ugh. Thumper. The closed circuit club was busy. Cogs and cog lovers. I didn't get on with either, but it was the only lead I had. Rooster was all lit up and crowing on stage. He sounded good. Looked even better. Maybe even good enough to change my mind about the place. I signed the bartender. He already been pouring a couple of fingers of his cheapest rot gut. And he slid the glass over. Help ya? You the manager? Blah, 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 blah. Just a novel.
Day of our lives. But now...
No. I'm scared too.
Right, do you think, for us to bring a baby into the world? What kind of parents would force their child to grow up in a place like this?
You're suggesting what I think you're suggesting. I don't know.
Uh-oh, they're debating on abortion.
Leave us alone. You're bothering my wife.
Access granted.
Utul 4 and 10. Jesus, give me some time. Week tops to sort this out with the board. Meantime, why don't you all get your patients on the course of antenatal corticosteroids? I'll get back to you. I did the math again. It's worse than I thought. IMR is 4 and 10, of which 90% are preterm births. Chris, I'm deeply concerned we can't have women giving birth in this place. What kind of numbers? We knew IMR was going to be higher, given all the environmental factors. You need to understand that Utulek is basically a micro third world. Not every child is going to survive. Yeah, it's so filthy and cramped that, and with little food, you know, it's basically, you know, an environment where no one can properly live. I've been looking over records here at the Utulek complex, and I'm seeing some pretty scary infant mortality rates. Going to run through the math again, but if these numbers hold them up, I'm going to have recommendation all the women have pregnancy tests before being sent here. Audrey, I've spoken to Dolarhide. He isn't going to raise the alarm on the IMR inside Utulek. He said that the pool you're getting your numbers from is too shallow to be accurate. Fucking bureaucrat. You know he's a Santal shareholder? Probably trying to protect his goddamn investment. Sorry. Anyways, gonna keep pushing this on my end. Think it's time to call in a very overdue favor. Do your best to keep your patients healthy. I'm out of the office. Nathaniel Brown. Mr. Brown, how can I properly express my appreciation for your actions? Cannot thank you enough. Let me say so. It's a personal honor for me to receive those compliments from the beacon such as yourself. I'll begin preparations to have patients ready for when the transports arrive. These women and their children deserve to have a chance at future. You're giving them that chance. Greetings, Doctor. Just learned from the disturbing facts you have uncovered. The Utulek complex. Safe to say this news has affected me greatly. Safe to say that Atticus Dolarhide is no longer in charge of things, nor is he a Santal Group shareholder. Your colleague, Dr. Davis, is in charge now, and he are in the process of organizing to have you and your patients transferred to a temporary facility in preparation for permanent relocation to our new Rabia site. The nursery program at the Utulek complex is to be scuttled immediately. Oh, you're a great depth of gratitude, Doctor. Thank you for keying on your humanitarian spirit. Hey. Well, this place looks oddly chipper looking. Ah, there's a vendor. On the other freaking end.
Not seeing anything. Not yet.
I'm gonna have to knock him out, won't I?
step at a time. Just remember that.
Wait a minute. 2046. Oh, I didn't use this number after all.
Keep it together. Keep it together.
I mean, yeah, I know the topic of immigration is a sensitive one, but it really shouldn't be. I mean, seriously, if you don't go in legally and you break the law, well, you're pretty much a criminal from the onset. And you're just going into a somewhat elevated form of poverty instead of actually, you know, doing it right. You know, I recommend watching Razorfist's video, Why We Need the Wall. He looks at both aspects because he lives in Arizona. He's done volunteer work in Mexico. He's seen both sides of the aisle, and really, by letting illegal immigration continue at the rate it is, it's not only not good for us, it's actually not good for Mexico, because, you know, you have the super corrupt officials in Mexico who pretty much abuse our weak southern border to the point where it's like, you know, Go over our border, revolution averted, we still keep in power, and thousands upon thousands of years of resources are left unused. And Mexico is left in complete squalor. So it's not so much make America great again, it's also make a Mexico great again. Again, watch the video in full, because I cannot properly surmise it in one sentence.
This area is clear. Moving.
Keep it together. Keep it together. Keep it together.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access denied.
I will be fair, though. I can understand where some people are waiting to become citizens, you know, actual well-meaning people, not criminals, where they're, like, waiting for years and years to become citizens when they know all the answers to get in and everything. And some people wait, ending up way too long. I can understand that. So it's not so much the fact that we're not enforcing the law that's already there, but there is much needed reform with regards to wait time and who comes in. So on that front, I can perfectly understand. So yeah, there's a middle ground in there that is not being looked at. Whether out of ignorance or due to filthy politicians that refuse to solve the problem because they know it keeps them in office. What's this? Crate of supplies. Really? For what? So yeah, I'm just pointing out both sides of the issue.
Walk away. You're breaking the...
Yeah, well, Tibor almost certainly is.
Nosy Clank, I'm on the phone.
Yeah, well, Tibor certainly.
Okay, can I save here now? And really, a country without borders is not a country at all. And really, if you just let them all come in unchecked, like what Europe did, it's like the equivalent of squatters sneaking into your own house. I mean, does that sound fair? I don't think so. Check, verify, and keep out those who are not worthy.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access denied.
That didn't work. And, you know, you hear some of those politicians are like, think of the children. Well, my answer is, whose children? Because a lot of them are kidnapped or trafficked over, and they're not even with their actual parents. So you still need to check. I mean, because, let's be honest, the world's not that black and white. There's a hell of a lot of gray. I'm probably just gonna say, fuck the treasures over there and just get it over with.
Access granted.
Not worth it. Don't know who the supply crates are for. Let me check. I have a feeling it's for this Golem person. Okay, so it's for, saving the guy. It's for getting into Ark.
sem nepatří.
Proč je tady všechno tak vlhký?
No hele, celý nablejskaný v těle posraný.
Books.
No je ono, zmizni odsud. Vystrašený augové, ale jinak.
Church.
I thought I could convince him he was making a mistake.
What was that mission? Get rid of Golem. He expects me to eliminate him. Huh.
Nepřestávej na ně tlačit, někdo se brzo podvolí.
All you ever talk about is Rabia. The promised land. They said that about this.
You need something?
Surprisingly well stocked despite everything. Wait a minute. What? Oh, it's just the damn radio. But I did. Ah, it's a smoke grenade. Don't need it. I read this. Wait a minute. Wait. I never read this one. Promise of a better life. Promise of augmentation is the promise of better health, better employment, opportunities, and a greater sense of personal and collective empowerment. It is the promise of a better life, and yet many of us cannot help but feel as though we are held back by the limits of modern design, held back by legal restrictions, held back by other people's prejudices and fears of progress. The Santel Group understands why you became augmented, and understands your concerns and shares your ideals after having successfully carried out countless reconstruction and recovery projects across the globe. The Santel Group is now dedicated to revolutionizing the spaces we inhabit. Bia is a new city for a new age, self-sufficient safe haven relying on renewable energy and a zero-waste ecology. Better life demands a better city, and now thanks to Rabia, both are possible. Promise awaits.
Bez urážky. Ale já už mám.
Watch yourself.
Guessing that's the vendor.
Don't try anything.
Huh, it's a girl. This time.
If you're looking to take a piss, you can do it in the street like everybody else. If you're looking for Virzbowski, you can fuck off.
Nice hair.
I'm not looking for either.
Well then, handsome. You must be looking to deal. My name's Entity, and I've got the sweetest tech in GC. How may I serve you?
Yeah, definitely an alias.
So how did you wind up dealing tech in Golem City?
All the brothels were full, so I had no choice but to fall back on an old hobby to make ends meet.
Which tech company was it that cut you loose?
Bobson Synthetics. I was a biocell designer. Then I wasn't. The incident fried some pretty delicate shit in my hand.
Yeesh.
Can't really do my best work anymore, you know, but... Hey, whatever. That's downer territory. I get by fine. What do you say we change the subject?
So, like Doctor Strange, only the opposite end.
When I walked in here, you mentioned someone named Worzbowski. Who is that?
My asshole ex. He used to run this place with me before he ran out. Thought you were one of his new friends.
The kind of welcome you gave me, you must not think much of his new friends.
Don't get me wrong. Ark does a lot of good in the ghetto, but...
Your boyfriend fell in with Ark?
Ex. And I get it, I guess. He always wanted to make a difference. Ark keeps a lot of people safe in here. Keeps them fed, clothed. They give a lot of people hope. I get that, but... I don't know. Something about organized anything scares the shit out of me.
You think Ark is dangerous?
No. I don't know. Maybe. Shit. Probably. But that's not what scares me. It's the collective, hive-minded mentality that freaks me out. It's why I stay away from religion. And book clubs. So, listen, we're getting to know each other here. Is there... something else I can do for you?
Show me what you've got.
Well, if you're going to make it sound naughty, I have no choice, do I?
So she wanted to get into prostitution, so fell in with the black market instead. Or whatever. Get rid of these. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. What else? What else? Hacking items, huh? Stopworm could be useful.
Good looks and an eye for high-end tech. Mother did warn me. I'm hoping there's something else I can do for you?
Actually, Entity, I think I'll just show myself out.
Oh, sad face. Well, promise me you won't take on too long, darling.
I like her eyes and her hair. Yeah, she's cute. I like her. In that sassy, in that European way, Eastern Euro way. Okay, so not black market. Well, or is it? I don't know. I want to say black market. Why else would they have bodyguards? But then again, they're all the way out here.
Yeah.
And she's also a lot better mannered too. Much more than the vendor back in Prague. Whoa, so that's Lubos. Well, I won't talk to him yet. I want to scout a bit and then cut it off for the night because I'm getting tired.
It was in the early days of this place. Nobody knew them. Her dad, she was augmented, and my parents refused to take her in. She thought she'd be safer living here than on the...
What's this? Rise of a Corpo Nation. Santel's initial success allowed them to quickly grow into an international company. Their early strategy for growth and prosperous future was the acquisition of great swaths of cheap land in various countries around the world. Useless land, it was thought, land in the middle of nowhere. However, much of the acreage was lying atop fresh water aquifers. By the early 2000s, Santel water was a major sorry, text message. Land of great swaths of cheap land in various countries around the world. Useless land, it was thought, land in the middle of nowhere. However, much of the acreage was lying atop fresh water aquifers. By early 2000s, Santel water was a major treatment facility and supply conglomerate on the globe, controlled much of the planet's fresh water. Water wars were already won before they had begun. Next 25 years, Santel Environmental acquired smaller companies and influence. Their expansion was meteoric, and their rise funded many fortunes. The Earth's population boomed beyond the 10 billion mark. Santel was in position to take advantage. They diversified agriculture. Agriculture was a new game, and they had thousands of acres of land ready to be cultivated. Their water distribution infrastructure already in place, Santal effectively became the world leader in food production and distribution virtually overnight. The Santal Group was formed. Origin story.
I'm starving. That's not my problem. I can't afford to give away more food than you need.
I finally have some money and tried to buy food. But there is no food.
There is no food. Dude, it's right over there. Right over there and over there. What are you talking about? No food, my ass. Look around.
Looks like a ranch. He stands up.
Uh-huh. Now, why would a generator be right here, sitting on top of water? I don't get it.
Are you nuts? What the fuck's the matter with you?
Global Politics Review. Shockwaves caused by the tragedy of the August incident continue to resonate around the world. Major economies crumbled in the wake of the event and are still struggling to find purchase even 2 years later. Countries struck hardest following the demographic spread of augmented peoples worldwide. As expected, first world nations were greatly impacted, mostly where the technological fields are concerned. Developing countries with burgeoning economies were also hit hard as infrastructure and construction were brought to a standstill. The gap, some pundits contend, may be filled by resource-rich third-world nations that are left relatively untouched by the incident. Politically speaking, many are as volatile as ever. However, many large multinationals are willing to take the risk and have even taken to establishing joint political corporate governments in some smaller nations.
To já nevím. Santo je už nějaký čas sázka na jistotu, ale útočiště pro auty.
More parts. Machine pistol. Don't care. this? Wait, how do we... I could have sworn I've seen his name somewhere.
Edward Braun. You shouldn't have ended up here.
A lot of people shouldn't have.
Oh, him.
Don't worry. I don't blame you. You're not the one who brought me here. You're just a man who didn't go out of his way. Makes you no different than anyone else.
I'm sorry, Edward.
The police came for me shortly after you left. At least now there is no more waiting in fear. No more wondering whether or not they will come. And I see I'm not the only one who got caught.
That's not exactly why I'm here.
Uh-huh. Well, I won't ask. But I will ask if you have any neuropozyne. It is in very high demand here. There is a terrible shortage.
Yeah, he was the one of two people I was supposed to give those false passports to, but the gizmo where I was supposed to verify them was programmed by the crooked cops to only allow one, and I ended up choosing the girl who was clearly not right in the head and suffering, and I took pity, and I ended up sending Broad into the ghetto instead. See, that's another reason why I kind of want to redo the game in a second playthrough. You know, do options that I either didn't do before or different results for ones I already did. And in this case, I kind of want to, you know, do the other option, because I feel sorry for the poor man, but I also feel sorry for her, so it's like as a trade-off, like, you know, do I send the girl here who is clearly suffering and send her to a slow death? Or do I send him here, where, and yet he's clearly much more sane, yet doesn't deserve it, but he's still doing good? You know, there's no easy answer, really.
Here. It's the least I can do.
Thank you. And just so you know, it's not your fault I'm here. It's just the way things are now.
They really shouldn't be.
A fitting place for a monster. Leave me alone, please.
I take pity on him. Yeah, I really want to do a second playthrough now, the more I think about it.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Oh, shit. This does not look good. Kal Parapoviv. Coming to see you as soon as I can. The Cyclops has us pulling double shifts right now for God knows what reason. Let's talk tonight about what's going on with you and Anna, okay? It'll be fine. Trust me. Whatever it is, we can work it out together as a family. Love you, brother. Albert. Goodbye, my brother. Anna is pregnant. I won't bring another child into this world. I can't. I tried to do right as a father and as a husband, but the fact is we are here in this place, this life, because of me. Albert, my brother, my friend, I think this is the last time we will talk in this life. To autem domine misere nobis. Cal.
Cal, just what you always wanted. I dropped the hardware off at your place, but be careful with it. Lock it in your safe and don't let your family accidentally stumble on it. The cops find out you're packing, there'll be serious trouble, and ARC isn't going to be able to help you. Well, seems they found him. Or somebody did. Or somebody else.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Hello, Anna. Process the samples you gave me yesterday. Normally this would be part where I say congratulations, but I know this isn't the answer you're going to want to hear. Regardless, here it is. You're pregnant. Now with the nursery closed, it's obvious we will have to get you out of Golem City if you plan on keeping the baby. Do you plan on keeping the baby? I'm not going to preach, but you know my feelings on this. Of course, I respect it as your decision. Only ask you to think of what it means if your decision is final. I would refrain from telling Cal until we work this out. Just remember, you're not alone. Anna, won't let you down. Your friend Martine. Ugh. What a mess.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Two bloody cheeks. Brothers, sisters. The augmented are going to be exterminated. If we continue, we have been doing, talking instead of acting, begging for scraps from a world that wants us dead, we will lose this war. We will lose it because we are not fighting. For 2 years, we have taken Talos Rucker's high road, and for 2 years, we have been murdered, imprisoned, stripped of our property, beaten, and exiled into slums while our enemies have laughed at us. We turned the other cheek, and they struck that one too. If Rucker keeps getting his way, we'll just turn our cheeks again, and next time, because they know they can get away with it, they'll just hit us harder until we fall down and die. Someone is going to have to die, but we are augmented. We are stronger than them. We decide who that someone is. Ugh. Someone's, hardcore. Another code. Yeah, I know about the alarm system.
Shocking series of explosions that ripped through Rosika train station yesterday morning, prematurely ending the lives of dozens of innocent travelers. Earlier this evening, Dr. Talos Rucker did post a letter from his home inside the neighboring Portalet complex, condemning the attack and urging Czech authorities to investigate. Just as he has every time bombs have gone off in the past. Sources close to the investigation tell me that not
James Fletcher. Wait a minute. Isn't that the guy we have working for us?
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Thank you for your detailed feedback. Appreciate how difficult it is over there in recent weeks, and promise we've been looking for how to improve conditions for our staff. Your accounts of maltreatment and drop in the standard of living are alarming. Not a great deal we can do without the cooperation of the Prague authorities. They have control over Utulek for the most part, so our communications are being answered to a satisfactory degree. Some possible good news, however, with public and political frictions the way they are right now. Things are requested for the movement on the cards sooner than you think. I'm already hearing official rumbles that we'll be pulling our reps out of Utulek and the Prague area. Head office wants to swing a brighter light into the more positive message around Rabia, so you might even have a message from upstairs as early as the next few days. Recommend making sure you're ready to move out in case the order comes sooner than later. Mr. Fletcher, in light of difficult circumstance, you've been asked to work under an Utulek. I wanted to write to you personally on behalf of the Santo Group. Thank you for your patience and excellent efforts. Currently, the current climate since House decided to recall the majority of our staff in that area. We'll be moving our energies fully to Rabia. We'd like you to be one of the first Santo Relations employees on site. The first sector is open for early phase 1 residential. Easy return to the head office in Paris. You can brief before starting your time in Golem. Travel details and itinerary will be messaged directly to you in the following 24 hours. Once again, thank you for your efforts. Yours faithfully, Claire Lamare. Good afternoon, James. I'm very pleased. Tell Mr. Rutgers people that I'm prepared to take the meeting with him in whatever way he is most comfortable, be it via vid screen or even in person at Utulek. Certainly that is a move in the right direction, albeit a small one. With results from this meeting, that has the potential to be a giant leap, regardless of the outcome. Excellent work. This is excellent work. Hope this response finds you well, and I look forward to your follow-up. Mr. Brown, it must help a great deal to have ever the optimist because Talos Rutgers agreed to meet. What a great move this is for the Rabia project. Congratulations, sir. One of his people will be forwarding me the date and time as well as Mr. Rutgers' preferred meeting location very shortly. I'll pass on the details the very moment I receive them. Once again, thank you for entrusting me with this. Wait, isn't Fletcher one of our guys in TF-29? Or am I crazy? Oh, there's nothing in here. Huh. A whale made out of scrap.
Going to get messy, I can tell.
Oh yeah. So talk, get rid, get Tibor's key. Well, we can either talk to Galoy, or we can talk to Ludor or Lubor, whatever his name is. Lubos. But, and of course we have that hit we have to do for the Mafia, but I'll worry about that tomorrow. For now, I gotta say goodnight. It was a good amount of it was a good long stream exploring Golem City for the first time, and explored my fair share of bits and so on and so forth, and so far it's good. But I had to go on, but it's late and everyone is starting to send me hate messages, like turn it down. Yeah, okay, it's not hate messages, but it might as well be at this point. Ugh. Okay, so I'm gonna take a rest, and when I come back, we will figure the rest of this shit out. So, like, share, subscribe, and have a good night, people. Be back with more Deus tomorrow.